Okay, so retrospective. This meeting is held once your sprint is completed. This could be on the last day of your sprint. Okay, so what we will do in this meeting? So in this meeting, your Scrum Master again facilitates this retrospective meeting, and here we will see that what went well in this sprint and what did not go well. These are the items an entire team will discuss in this meeting. Okay, so everyone have their own cards to write what went well, and they'll stick it on the board, or they can just spell out that what went well when Scrum Master asks this question. Okay, and again there will be one more board to write that what did not go well in the sprint, and again everyone write on their cards about what did not go well, and they stick those cards on that board. So generally Scrum Master give 10-15 minutes for the people to think and write down what went well and did not go well, so that all the people in the team write their concerns if they feel that this is something bad went in the sprint, and also they should write which is the great thing what we did in the sprint. So after 10-15 minutes everyone will give their comments and they'll post it on the boards. So Scrum Master will read each and every point what is present in the board for what went well and what did not go well, and based upon that they'll put discussion. So when they are talking about what went well, they'll appreciate each other for bringing that practice in that particular sprint, and they will also take conclusion that they have to continue with that because that is working. Okay, and when they come to what did not go well, and then they will see why this issue happened. Someone can say that though product owner have given proper requirement, ultimately we did not do proper grooming. So many questions are still pending, and we said that grooming is done. By the time I started developing the story, many things are unclear to me. That's what a developer raises concern. Or QA raises a concern saying that I did not exactly know what to test, because when I try to do error validation, dev saying that this is not as part of requirement, and then they reach to product owner, and product owner then gave solution to that. So basically everyone felt that grooming did not go well, and they put grooming is a problem. Okay, so that could be anything they can talk which did not go well in the sprint. It could be some technical issue, dependencies with other team. Okay, when multiple teams are working on one product, there could be dependencies where someone has to release the code for you to work on. So that did not come on time. So you can bring all those topics as part of this retrospective meeting, basically pain points what you got on that sprint. And then you should also come up with a resolution. It's not about just discussing the topic. You should also come resolution with one action item. Okay, so this is a problem what we faced in the sprint. How to rectify this, and how can we make sure that we are not repeating this problem in our next sprint? What is our action item to this? As a team, everyone has to discuss on that and need to come up with one solution. Here, as I discussed, if grooming is a problem, then we should come up with action item that going forward we have to make sure our grooming is tightly performed. If there are any dependencies with other teams, then before you pick the story for that specific sprint, we should talk to other teams and then do this. Okay, so we have to be very careful in our sprint planning meetings while selecting the sprint stories. Okay, we have to see those stories have any dependencies with other teams or not before you pull into your sprint. Okay, that's one resolution. So like that we will also come up with resolutions. And next retrospective, when you meet after next sprint, we will also see that are we addressed the pain points what we brought in the previous sprint. Okay, let's say that in the previous sprint we have some pain points and we brought some action items to rectify those. We should also go back to our previous retrospective agenda and see when we have action items on that meeting, are we successfully implemented that action items in the latest sprint, and are we able to come over those problems. Okay, so all this we will discuss in retrospective so that we are good and clear for our next sprint. So basically from every sprint we will learn something, either good or bad. If it is good, start appreciating people here. Hey, this went very well. A QA have tested it and catch that bug which I really did not notice, and he have written excellent automation test which does end to end. That's good. That went well. And we have committed for 12 points, but we actually did 15 points because our resources worked very hard, very smart, that we have 1 day left with the sprint and all the stories are done, so that we picked few more stories from backlog and we have done that as well as part of the sprint planning. Okay, so we have committed to 12 and we have done 15 points. Great, kudos to everyone. So appreciate what you did for good and also bring the pain points what you felt in that meeting with action items. All this will come under this retrospective meeting. And once the meeting is done, Scrum Master will document all this and send a mail to everyone with action items so that they will implement in the very next sprint. So basically this is done after the sprint is completed. Okay, so that's about retrospective. So one common thing you need to know when you are working with Scrum teams is, what is retrospective? You know now. What is sprint planning? You know now. What is product refinement backlog meetings? What is daily stand-up? What is sprint? What is story? What is epic? Cool, you know everything. Great, you are done with Scrum and you are done with Jira as well. Awesome, we wrapped up everything. And that's all you need to know. Trust me, if you are into any project, you will really remember me, because I have given all the inputs what you need to work on this project, and you will not get anything apart from this. Okay, so that's about Scrum framework and Jira. And there is one more framework called Kanban board that I'll explain on the high level in the next lecture, and with this we can wrap this section. Okay guys, thank you.